What's up? And welcome to another episode of Los Chingones. I'm here with my co-host, the Mexican Ninja.
Good morning, good evening. Hello, everybody. It's been far too long.
Yep, it's pretty fucking hot out right now.
Yeah, just ask my huevos. It's damn hot.
Yeah, I'm at that point where I feel like Sancho Solo. I go around without my. The only reason I'm wearing a shirt right now is because I don't want people to mistake me for Sancho right now. Otherwise than that, it's shirtless the whole time. Even at work, I just wait. Like clients come in, I put my shirt on. Clients leave, I take my shirt right off. and for those of you that don't know, I teach English and I'm a teacher, so I'm sitting in a classroom shirtless, like, fuck, the students are coming back. Put my shirt back on.
I think that's why Sancho walks around doing the hip thrust all the time, because he's just trying to air out his huevos.
He's just trying to stay. He's just trying to stay cool, right? Stay cool, bro. Stay cool, bro. Like
circulation.
Yeah, man. Like, so right now with this heat, the way I've been trying to stay cool is I just go to the beach like every week, and it brought back memories of going to the beach as a teenager and teaching friends how to surf and all that stuff. And I remember this one time I took my cousin out to go surfing, and he had a hard time like trying to figure out how to stand up and whatnot. I think we were bodyboarding, and at one point, like, we were bodyboarding and like he fell off his board and he kind of freaked out and like started slashing out of the water, and he came out and he thought I was next to him when really he came out next to a different group of girls. And he thought it was me, and he started like grabbing onto this girl because his hands, it's just hands, like his head was still underwater, his hands are coming out, and this girl screams, "Ah!" And like you see his hands go, "Whoa!" And then he just goes back underwater like a creeper.
Yeah, that's definitely an awkward way to meet chicks. I mean,
I pretend I didn't know him. The girls are looking at me like, about my head. I don't know who that guy is. I get paddled away. Yep. Good times.
Run away.
Yeah,
run away.
I don't know that guy. I don't know that pervert. that groper.
Did you even try to like claim him, be like, he's mine, he's with me, sorry?
No, I swam away. I laughed and swam away. He almost drowned.
Wow.
I left him to drown and be arrested.
Well, no wonder he was reaching for the closest flotation devices he could find. Oh, that's awesome. You know, one thing I noticed this summer is that the short shorts are coming back. And
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, one of my nephews was rocking a pretty sweet pair of short swim trunks that, you know, mid-thigh. So
you're talking about for guys?
For guys, yeah.
Oh no. Some things should not make a comeback. OP shorts should stay in the 70s. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I had to give it a try myself because, you know, I was, you know, it's the thing, right? So I go and get these bright pink short shorts, and I was a little worried doing my cannonballs in the pool because I figured either I'm going to blow through these suckers or I'm going to end up with a nut in my throat.
It's all fun and games up until you're sitting down at the poolside drinking margaritas and your huevos are sticking out the side. No one wants to see your hairy huevos sticking out the side of your shorts.
Well, trust me, I would have known if they were sticking out right away. So there would have been an awesome effort to recover myself.
Those are the only type of shorts that force men to close their legs. They're like... Yeah, I wish men can cross their legs too and not be judged for it.
All things considered,
then if your huevos are hanging out and you cross your legs, then you just look like a fucking rooster.
Yeah, just chicken fisting it all day. Oh, all things considered, though, I was successful. They actually loosen up a little bit once they're wet. They get the stretch on.
That's
So,
what she said.
you know, yeah. Well,
Well, out here in Japan, the fashion states that people are wearing more. Like I see people wearing like the long sweaters and like I'm like, dude, are you fucking insane? Like it's so hot. How can you be wearing jeans right now?
I guess so. Yeah, I never understood the fully dressed swimwear, when Tanner, Connor, and Seth go out with their full on rash guards and they're not surfing at all or swimming for that matter. they're just,
They're just sweating in a rash,
they're just, yeah.
spreading the ball sweat everywhere. Like, au, au de huevo.
Yeah, exactly.
My au de huevo.
Eggs Benedict, indeed. Mom made me wear this.
It's so tight they can't put their arms down.
I know, right?
All right. Well, we hope you all are staying cool. Time to move into our chingazo. To open things up, hey, this girl's running for the mayor of Tokyo. And I can't vote in Japan, but I'm not really into politics either. But if I did vote, I vote for Tatas every time. Plus, as you can see here, she's using the masks as a bra. And I think this shows a lot of creativity.
Yeah, absolutely. That would certainly get my vote. I mean, I'm obviously a fan here.
I think you actually, yeah, you said right here. Look, if you want to read that for everyone.
Well, yeah, if Hillary Clinton had utilized this strategy, America would be a much different place now.
If this is not photoshopped, I'm definitely voting for her next time.
Oh man! But if there's anything that's gonna get us to wear a mask, it's a teta included.
Sexy. Sexy. And hey, y'all. Hey, we're not slut shaming or anything here, okay? I'm just saying, like, especially like most of my FB friends, like if you take a look at their FB stories, these people have taken it to another level, and they're making like their own horror documentary, 60 seconds at a time.
60 seconds would be a much better show if that was the case. Oh no, it's 60 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Ooh,
60
can you
minutes.
Imagine that.
It'd be 60 episodes.
Damn it.
A complete horror-mentary. Someone got really pissed off and jumped on my Facebook page when I posted that bit, and they're like, "You're slut shaming!" And I'm like, "Hey, yo, like most of my friends, again, they're veterans. You have to feel shame. The shame must be involved to be slut shamed. They are not ashamed. They're proud." And then one of my friends jumped in and said, "I wish they were longer." This girl said, "I wish the stories were longer so that I wouldn't get blue clit."
Just like the law of physics, man. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you're gonna get both sides, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, again, like, I'm guilty of this myself. I remember when I was 16 and my feet already hit a size 12. And, like, people at the Payless shoe store were like, he's going to be a big, tall guy. And little did they know I was just going to be an average height with platypus feet. And if you're wondering what this has to do with being a whore, well, I actually wasn't talking about my feet. And it's not all about, bichos and sex for men, right? Like, I was perusing through the internet and someone asked a really good question. Some social media influencer was asking, for men, I feel they never get asked this question. What's your favorite flower? Isn't that sweet? My answer, indica or sometimes sativa, just to chill out. They're like, seriously, that's why we never ask you these kinds of questions. What?
What, you mean to tell me Tulips wanted no part of that, or what? But I guess if you can smoke it or eat it, it's any guy's a fan, right?
You can smoke it, eat it, or fuck it, we're in.
Yeah, definitely in.
And out, and in and out, in and out.
That's what our favorite flowers
all about. And after all that sexual talk, time for our top memes.
Hooray!
Our first meme, when the nightclub is about to close and you haven't even scored yet. There you go.
Oh, dude.
Captain Ahab! Captain Ahab! There she blows! Got me a big one!
Dude, why wait for the club to close, dude? These are my favorite types right here, man.
Thick! Thick!
Oh, man. You get that stuff in, you get your burrito, and you're done by 10 p.m., dude.
Go
Forget
down
2
the
a.m.
port side!
Starboard, port, aft, forward. I'm all over it, dude. I'm all over it. And flotation devices in case you start to sink. Y'all don't know what you're missing. Just saying.
Man, I can't believe you. You're sitting there fucking all motorboat that shit.
Yeah, dude. Oh, motorboat, sail it, dude. I don't care. I'll row it. Just
paddleboard it.
Jet ski. Whatever gets me in the dock, bro.
Brings us to meme number 2. Dude, imagine if this guy actually becomes president. You're such a fucking hoe. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, man. President? I thought this guy was already Jesus.
If this guy becomes our Jesus president, he has to come out wearing this for his inauguration. That's all I gotta say. Like,
exactly.
Bodyguards sitting on his shoulders. Secret Service on each shoulder, just chilling.
I mean, let's be honest. Our current president has said similar things, only with less melody.
Which brings us to our other meme. Sometimes people are like, Latinos are crazy. But the real question is, what did you do to make her crazy? I know what I did. I bought hard-shelled tacos instead of corn.
At least you didn't buy the old El Paso pre-made taco shells, dude. She'll leave your ass and go sleep with your brother for doing that shit.
Actually, that's what she did.
But you know what? You had it coming.
Yeah, I did. I mean, all joking aside, my girlfriend didn't leave me, but the next morning I woke up and she made this for breakfast.
You're lucky she made breakfast, dude.
She did put a few of her pendejos in it, and I had to take them out later, but that's about it.
Oh, she's apt to carry you out by your chonies, dude. Just get the fuck out.
All right, that wraps up our memes. Time to check out our top headline.
Yeah, top head.
Man uses Bud Light to keep wildfire flames away from California home. I didn't know my uncle was on fucking hit the news.
I wonder how that worked. If he was just using them like little grenades, throwing it at the fire, No,
he was he was shotgunning it, dude. He's like,
well, that far north in California, I wonder if he was using buds to protect his buds, because that would be very freaking funny.
All that shit I give my Theo about not drinking any craft beer, I guess it paid off. He saved his house.
It'd be like, hey, cabron, bring the party ball. We need more.
Well, I mean, Bud Light's perfect because it's mostly water anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, dude. The more refined Theos are like, our cores aren't going near that. I ain't using my cores for that. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
You want to drink Peachy Buzz? You use it to save your house.
Meanwhile, at the next family reunion, he was finally commended for his Bud Light habit. Hey,
Yeah, right.
look at it!
We're still not drinking it though.
We're still not drinking it. Hey, Chewy, we're not gonna drink it, but good job.
That's probably why there's no Mexican race car drivers, because they always serve champagne in victory lane, and they're like, nah, you got a couple of buds.
I'm good. And that wraps up this chingazo. Yeah,
we can wrap up the chingon too.
No, I'm good. I know I'm a chingon, but no.
The chingon's been pissing me off anyway, so let's just wrap his ass up and throw him somewhere.
Throw him out somewhere. Benji Garcia Reyes came on the show, shared his thoughts about how he's getting his work done in the middle of all this COVID thing, and shared some great stuff. Check him out. So I'm here with Benji Garcia Reyes. He's a local comic coming out of you're coming out of San Diego, right?
Yes, sir, San Diego.
Nice. And is there? I know, like, some of my listeners, they're coming from everywhere, and like I mentioned earlier, I record all this shit from Japan, but I used to originally be from Escondido.
That's crazy.
North County, San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah. For anybody who's maybe locally listening in San Diego, what part of San Diego are you from?
South San Diego, which is border town of San Isidro, right by TJ. So when you cross over, drunk over from TJ and you threw up, that's where I'm from, where you threw up.
And what got you into stand-up, man?
Well, I had a friend convince me to do stand-up, but I guess I've always kind of wanted to do it. I just didn't know until a friend sort of made it easier for me to do it, because I was afraid of a lot of shit, and and so I finally did it, and I had a good time. The first couple of times, even though I didn't get a lot of laughs, and I just liked it. I always get laughs off stage. It was really hard, getting them on stage. But that's how I started.
Cool. And what would you say is your niche or groove? Like what like some comics have a certain angle if they like to come at stuff. What would you say is your thing?
Well, I do a little bit of everything, but the one thing that's kind of, I guess, consistent is kind of like high energy most of the time. Like right now, I'm tired, and, I'm not really, but when I hit the stage, and a lot of my material indicates, just high energy and pretty upbeat and stuff. So, but I do a little. I have one-liners, I have act outs, I have imitations, so physical humor. So I have a little, like I said, but it's either really high energy or like really, really physical or obvious, So I guess in your face would be it. I'm in your face a little bit.
That's good. That's cool. And how do you handle when you're up there on stage? How do you handle hecklers or trolls? I mean, well, I guess trolls online. How do you handle if someone heckles you when you're on stage? And for those of you listening, a heckler is someone who starts talking shit to the comic when you're on stage, for anybody wondering.
Well, it depends how faded I am. Most of the time, if I'm in a good mood or I'm like pretty stoned or chill, usually I can I'll have patience to wear them out and then turn them into my friends. But there's times when I get caught off guard, and there's other shit going on. and I have a short fuse, so I'm either really cool and I turn them into my friends, or I want to get them the fuck out. I just tell them to shut up and leave, or I don't like getting like that. But when sometimes some hecklers, that's kind of what they want, and there's times when I just especially when they cross the line of trying to be funny and trying to be demeaning, and like I really wish I was the coolest comic and I could have awesome videos where I turn that shit around, but I get pissed. I tell people get the fuck out. Yeah, I just sometimes I don't have time for this shit. Especially if I'm in a bad one. If in a good one, it's so I'm very it's very one way or another. I'll give it like a 70-30 though, where it's 70, and it looks really good, and I can flip it around and then use it later. But yeah, there's about 30% of the time, man. I'm trying to shorten the top one, but for real. So if you want to see me get pissed off and shit, sometimes you just get me really drunk and then heckle me.
And for anybody watching, man, you shouldn't be going to a comedy show to heckle the comic anyway. Like, go do something else. Go watch a concert or something. Fuck, like, just go out there and enjoy yourself.
Sometimes people,
right?
some hecklers think they're helping you. They think they expect you to do all these things. A lot of people have their own perception about everything, especially when it comes to comedy. Just like when people are like, you're a comedian, you should take a joke. And if you really think about it, we're supposed to be telling jokes. We're not here for you to talk shit to us or anything else. So that's where the heckler mentality comes in, where most of the time they're trying to help, they're trying to be cool. But most of the time they come off like assholes. So, don't do that shit.
Yeah. So right now, man, with this whole like coronavirus thing, I'm sure like as time goes by, maybe we'll all look back at this YouTube video and be like, what the fuck is the coronavirus? I hope. But how is that affecting you? How are you handling that with your
Let's hope. Fortunately, I've had a streaming experience, from years before. And before I was too busy, I was doing shows or, being hung over from shows. So there wasn't a lot of energy and time to do a lot of this. And since the quarantine started and the Rona hit, I've actually, been putting out a lot of content, especially a lot of podcasts. I've always been, really good at knocking down graphic design. But, I guess the fact that I'm not going out and doing shows or putting on to produce shows physically, which includes setup and teardown, I have a lot more time to invest into other projects, especially something like all the podcasts. I'm doing an English and Spanish one, so and plus a couple other ones. So not just doing the pre-production and then the post-production, which is converting them all to put them into podcast form. So before I couldn't do that. Right now, I guess I'm lucky that I have a lot to do, and then that the internet, I can harness it pretty well. If you check out a lot of the videos I do, I'm pretty fluent with it. And the best part is I've been meeting a lot of people through, we're doing the Spanish shows, meeting a bunch of people from South America, a lot of Spanish, Latino comics from like Chile, Peru, Brazil, Argentina, so it's pretty awesome. And some of them they're in New York or they're in Texas and stuff. So we're making a lot of connections. We're meeting a lot of people. I've been getting a lot of work too, because I do a lot of graphic design. I do a lot of video. So, fortunately, I've been getting a lot of extra work. So I guess, outside from me not getting the Rona, it's going pretty good for me, fortunately. I have a bunch of shit to do, and, I don't get to hang out with all my family, but I get to hang out with some of my favorite family. And, that's good enough right now. Everybody else I could just call.
Cool.
So I'm not going crazy. I'm all right.
That's good. That's good. And you got so right now you just mentioned you got a lot of online content coming up. Is there anything you want to promote before we wrap up the interview? Anything you want to tell people to check out?
Well, you can always go to upcomedyshows.com. That's where we have a bunch of upcoming dates, events at any point in time, whether you're watching this podcast right now or 10 years from now. Upcomedyshows.com is going to be the source of upcoming dates, video highlights, podcast episodes, features, also merchandise. Got a bunch of comedians that have T-shirts or buttons or caps or pipes or whatever the hell. So and the one thing that you'll be able to check out there, hopefully by then, is a deep library of the Up Comedy Shows podcast, where we interview a bunch of comedians. So if you're interested in comedy, We interview specifically a lot of comics that we work with, and we ask them personal questions, not just, regular questions, but, stuff that'll help people relate to them. We ask them how they prepare. Also, like you asked me, how they got started, origin story, all that cool stuff, and it's a very conversational situation, a lot of these comics I've worked with a lot. Sometimes I don't have time to have a drink with them or a blunt or a bowl afterwards. And right now, in these opportunities is great because I can get it on recorded. In other cases, I probably wouldn't. So that would be it, and my website, I'm, anything that has to do with me, you can find through comedyshows.com. All social media platforms of comedy shows, whatever.
And then one question I didn't email you about, and just kind of a bonus off the top of my head question. And if you don't want to answer it, I understand.
Right. Anything.
But
that's all right.
Right now, I guess some comedy clubs are doing like Zoom live shows. Have you heard of this?
I do a bunch of those. That's some of the stuff that I've been doing. I didn't mention that when you asked me, how am I dealing with it? I missed the stage completely. But the reason we miss the stage, a lot of people miss the stage, is the connection with the audience. But I've been fortunate enough I've done a bunch of virtual shows, Zoom shows, and I've been able to be on some where there's a lot of people and people actually respond and they laugh, and sometimes you can see their screen and them shaking their hands and shit like that. I've been on some bad ones too, but I think they're great for many reasons. The first reason is because it's the best thing we're gonna get, until we can actually see each other. But the next one is it tests everybody. The people that don't believe they can be funny on there, they're not. And I've been able to see a bunch of motherfuckers that are really funny. Even if it's in a virtual context, even if they look like no green background, no color. That's the best part of it. This is where I think my shows are gonna get better and better, because I'm not trying to equip my comics that way. They look lighting and the background, but some of these people that I'm talking about, they have dark backgrounds. They look like they're doing it in their room without the permission and shit. But they're, and they're still funny and their jokes are funny and stuff. So if you guys can check out a lot of our past shows if you want on upcoming shows on the Facebook page. We have since probably the second week of the quarantine. Plus, we have a bunch more coming up, and we also do Zoom, which is called The Panel, which is a bunch of comics in a round table, and where we kind of riff and we talk or try to be funny at headlines and trending topics and stuff. But yeah, man, I love it. I think it's great. I've had some really good sets, and I've had some fucking desolate. I wish I wasn't a live sets on them, but that's why I kind of like them a lot, because if you really try and you give it a shot and you try your best and you happen to have an audience, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty cool.
Cool. Well, you heard it here, everyone. Anything you want to say to anyone before we wrap this up?
If you guys want to do something, just fucking do it. Don't wait for anybody to tell you it's okay. If you want to do something dope and something that's gonna not just make you feel like you matter, but like you're gonna help other people, fuck anybody else that is telling you not to do something like that, because they're wrong, they're haters, and they're sad. So just do it for the love of shit. So do it.
You hear it here from Benji, y'all. Just do it. All right. Well, Benji, thank you very much for coming on the show for Los Chingones. For the rest of y'all, stay tuned for the rest of our show with the Mexican Ninja. All right, and that's the whole show. We really appreciate you checking us out, and we'll catch you next time. Peace. And welcome to another episodio fabuloso of
Los Chingones?
Not Los Chingones. This is the Chingazos. So I guess.
Oh, the Chingazos.
Yeah. Episodio fabuloso. This is welcome to the Chingazos. We are so chingado that we have chingazoed ourselves. And we can't remember the title of our segues anymore.
Yeah, it's been too long, dude. It's Los Tirados at this point.
It's Los Tirados at this point.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
You're always talking about my penis. All right.
Take him to the desert.
Desert. In 3, 2, 1. All right. So before we wrap things up, we have this interview with Baby Montoya de la Roya de los Rodríguez de la Verga de Santoya.
I guess.
Forgot his name again.
Con Chingazo de la Torre.
And before we wrap up, Benji Garcia Reyes was I can't do it.
My fault.
In 3, 2, 1.
What is that?
Is that the double Satan?
Then I did this, and there was peace and devils. I don't know. I'm off.
Clams.
There you go.